Clobberin time.
So let's go back. I mean, everybody's talked to you about your 3 fights with Tyson Fury. I don't know if you've gone back and looked at them, but you provided a lot of entertainment for a lot of fight fans. It's not like these fights were not thoroughly entertaining. And I know you're not a man of regrets, but when you go back, do you realize how big those fights were for the moments for those people that watched it, those wars that you had with Tyson Fury?
I don't at all. I still don't realize it. I hear about it all the time. Everywhere I go, people give gratitude and they give honor and respect. But even for me, like, it's just, because I feel like I've always tried to provide my greatness to every fight, every fight, because all the fighters, we risk our lives for others' entertainment. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Every life counts. Everybody that stepped in the ring should have respect and honored, and with that being said, I really don't understand it. Maybe when I get a little bit older, or some old man to sit back and fights come on, classic fights and stuff like that. But at the point in time, I really don't understand the magnitude of how great it was.
I mean, they were arguably the greatest fights that we've seen in recent heavyweight history. They just were a lot of entertainment. You mentioned respect. And I know you've had some things to say about Fury in the past, and Fury does respect you. But do you also respect that man? Because there's been some controversy with Fury heading those fights, some things that you have said about you're not sure if he's coming in 100% pure. So do you respect him as an athlete and as a man still?
I stand on what I've said, 10 toes down. There's a lot of things that I know for facts, you know what I'm saying? And I can't pride myself against that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that wasn't in my powers or in my hands to control. And, and even in life, sometimes you have to go on and worry about the things you can control and not the things you can't, because the things you can't will leave you in a place where you're lost and want to be found. I'm at peace with everything because they say the truth will set you free. So when you know the truth about certain things, even when it's hard for others to understand and believe because they're not in this field, they're not in the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to understand clearly if you're not in it. You're only going to understand what you can comprehend at the moment in time, or what a friend have said, or what, so forth and so on. But with that being said, I stand 10 toes down on what I've said and believe, to be true. And I'll go to my grave with it because I know.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got Robert Helenius in October, and that's obviously a big fight just because you're coming back to the ring. But what else is on the line for you looking into the future? Because people talk about it. They say the biggest heavyweight fight in boxing doesn't involve the 2 champions. It's Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua was the biggest fight that can be made in boxing. Is that, do you agree with that? It doesn't need belts. It's just the biggest fight in boxing.
I mean, fights is as big as people make them. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So, I think, being the history and us being in the heavyweight division and stuff, it's definitely anything that ties with me, always going to be something big, especially at this level. And many people wanted to see that fight years ago. I was supposed to have been, undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion years ago. But I never was given the opportunity, you know what I mean? And which on the opposite, I've always blessed people with opportunity. I've took away mandatories for people, and I've blessed people that even supposed to be blessed to have the opportunity because of their situation. That's how I see it as fighters. It's like I see it as a fighter, we all should help each other because we all come from a struggle. We all come from a rural place. Or we wouldn't be in the first place. You don't see nobody born with a silver spoon getting into boxing unless it's exhibition matches. You know what I mean? Other than that, to go through the real grind and what it takes, man, you ain't seeing no average people just getting in here. So with that being said, I look at us as fighters because we are the product. And nothing can be sold without the product. I feel we supposed to help each other out, man. Help each other's families and ourselves make it to a certain point, and but I can talk all day about that side of it. But I make a long story short, if he keep doing what he's doing, I keep doing what I'm doing, it's inevitable. I'm here in the heavyweight division. I want to make nothing but great fights, you know what I mean? Although the past was the past, and sometimes they say don't even think about the past or bring it up because you still feel those same emotions that what you felt in the past. And again, I know things to be true. You know what I'm saying? To be facts. I mean, when I think about boxing, the business of boxing, man, I like, why would any fighter have to lie? And a lot of them do, or cheat. You know what I mean? In this business, I know the cheating is to get to a certain place to feed your family, so forth and so on. I understand, but you don't even know your true powers. You don't even know what your limitations or what you're really capable of if you gonna just cheat. You know what I mean? Because you think the other man cheating and you know that everybody else cheating as well. That's the mentality in this sport, in this business. Everybody think everybody cheating, so they try to get up one as well. It's crazy. But yeah, man, we keep doing our thing. We eventually come to some agreement and get a world what they want to see finally. Once and for all.
So that being said, like, you've been close where you've heard these reports about who you're supposed to fight. You were supposed to fight Anthony Joshua, and then we had the talks about Tyson Fury. There's always talks that are going on, and now there's talks about Tyson Fury fighting Anthony Joshua. And when you hear that stuff and you see what's going on, what do you think? Do you think this Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight's happening at the end of the year when you see all the, like, Tyson Fury's calling AJ out and Anthony Joshua just lost 2 fights? Why would he call that man out?
I mean, I don't pay no attention to it, to be honest. You know what I mean? And if they fight, I wish them but good luck and hopefully they have a great fight. You know what I mean? And that's just all I think about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're in the heavyweight division, and some people can pull the trigger and some people can't. And if you can get a deal done and the trigger can be pulled, then kudos to them and their families. You know, and that's all I have to say about it.
Last question for you.
Yes,
I want to ask you how you want to be remembered. And the reason why I want to ask this is because Muhammad Ali is known as the greatest, but it has nothing to do with his professional boxing record. It's about everything that man did outside of the ring. It sounds like you're on the same path where it's not about holding world titles or being undefeated. When it's all said and done, how does Deontay Wilder want to be remembered? Man, you hit it on the head. I want to be remembered as a great man, a Renaissance man, a man of many talents that motivated, that inspired, that strive for greatness and look to see others strive for greatness, even if they did better than him. He's happy for them, you know, and that's what I want to be remembered as, a man that not only was great on the inside, but just as great on the outside of the ring as well. You know, that's very important to me, you know, and that's why I'm so excited. And I had so many emotions when they presented me with that statue, because all my accomplishments in and out of the ring are set in stone within the statue. And when I pass away and everyone else, that'll be right there. Unless we have a world disaster or anything like that happen, it'll be right there. You know what I mean? And that means a lot to me, so much. You know, so a part of that is already manifested and going on right now because I have a statue. I'll never be forgotten. You know, and I can only add to it at this point in time in my life. And I'm grateful for that. Absolutely. Till this day, brother. Till this day. Well, Deontay, I appreciate you, brother. Good luck in October. I'm sure I'm going to speak to you again, but it's great talking to you. It's good to see you back in action because you inspire so many people and bring us so much joy and excitement. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.